In a bustling city, there lived a man named Mark. Mark was a successful businessman, always busy with meetings and projects. His mother lived 200 miles away in a small town, and although he loved her dearly, he often found himself too preoccupied to visit as often as he would like. One sunny Saturday morning, Mark decided to take a break from his hectic schedule. He remembered that his mother's birthday was coming up and thought it would be a good idea to surprise her with a beautiful bouquet of roses. As he drove to the flower shop, he felt a mix of excitement and guilt. It had been too long since he last visited her. Upon arriving at the flower shop, Mark noticed a young girl sitting on the curb, tears streaming down her face. The girl couldn't have been more than 8 years old, with tousled brown hair and a worn-out backpack by her side. Concerned, Mark approached the girl and gently asked, "Hey there. What's wrong?" The girl looked up, her eyes red from crying. "I wanted to buy a red rose for my mom. She loves red roses. But I only have 75 cents, and a rose costs $2. Mark felt a pang of sympathy and smiled gently. "Come on. Let's get that rose for your mom." They walked into the shop together. The shop was filled with the sweet scent of flowers, and colorful blooms of every kind filled the shelves. Mark bought the girl her rose and ordered a bouquet of roses for his mother. The girl's face lit up with joy when she held the rose in her hands. As they were leaving, Mark offered the girl a ride home. The girl hesitated for a moment, then nodded. "Yes, please, you can take me to my mom." They got into Mark's car, and the girl directed him to a quiet cemetery on the outskirts of the city. It was a beautiful place with tall trees, blooming flowers, and a small pond where ducks swam peacefully. They walked together to a freshly dug grave, where the girl placed the rose. Mark's heart ached as he realized the girl had lost her mother. "I'm so sorry for your loss," Mark said softly. The girl smiled sadly. "Thank you. I miss her every day." Moved by the girl's love for her mother, Mark decided to cancel the flower delivery and make the journey to see his mother in person. He returned to the shop, picked up the bouquet of roses, and drove the 200 miles to his mother's house. The drive was long, but it gave Mark time to reflect on his life and relationships. He thought about his mother and all the sacrifices she had made for him. He remembered the times when she would stay up late helping him with his homework, the comforting meals she prepared, and the way she always believed in him, even when he doubted himself. When Mark arrived at his mother's house, he was greeted by the sight of her working in the garden. She looked up, surprised and delighted to see him. "Mark, what a wonderful surprise!" she exclaimed, wiping her hands on her apron as she rushed to hug him. They spent the entire day together, talking, laughing, and reminiscing about old times. Mark's mother showed him the new plants she had added to her garden, and they cooked dinner together, just like they used to when he was a child. They prepared her favorite dish, roast chicken with vegetables and a special apple pie for dessert. As they sat down to eat, Mark felt a deep sense of contentment. It was a simple meal, but it was filled with love and memories. After dinner, they sat on the porch, watching the sunset and sharing stories. The sky painted hues of pink and orange, casting a warm glow over the garden. Mark realized how much he had missed these moments. As night fell, they moved inside, and his mother brought out an old photo album. They flipped through the pages, each photo capturing a cherished memory. There were pictures of family vacations, birthdays, and holidays, all filled with laughter and joy. His mother recounted stories behind each photo, her eyes sparkling with nostalgia. "Do you remember this one?" she asked, pointing to a photo of a young Mark holding a fishing rod, his father beside him. "You caught your first fish that day. You were so proud." Mark laughed, recalling the excitement of that day. "I remember. Dad had to help me reel it in. It was the biggest fish we caught all summer." As they continued through the album, Mark's mother paused at a photo of her holding a newborn Mark. "You were my little miracle," she said softly. I always knew you would grow up to do great things. Touched by her words, Mark felt a lump in his throat. Mom, I'm sorry I haven't visited more often. I've been so caught up with work. His mother squeezed his hand gently. I know you're busy, dear. But remember, life isn't just about work. It's about the people you love and the time you spend with them. Mark nodded, realizing the truth in her words. You're right, Mum. I promise to make more time for family. They stayed up late into the night, talking about their hopes, dreams, and everything in between. Mark's mother shared stories from her own childhood, tales of perseverance, love, and lessons learned along the way. The next morning, Mark woke up to the smell of pancakes. He found his mother in the kitchen, flipping pancakes on the griddle. Good morning, sleepyhead, she greeted with a smile. Mark joined her at the kitchen table, enjoying the delicious breakfast and the comforting familiarity of home. After breakfast, they decided to visit his father's grave, a place they both found solace. At the cemetery, Mark placed the bouquet of roses on his father's grave. They stood in silence for a moment, honoring his memory. Dad would be proud of you, his mother said softly. He always believed in you. As the evening approached, Mark and his mother returned home. They sat on the porch again, watching the stars twinkle in the night sky. This has been the best weekend, Mark said, his heart full. I needed this more than I realized. His mother smiled, her eyes reflecting the same contentment. I'm glad you came, Mark. Remember, you always have a place here. The next morning, it was time for Mark to head back to the city. They shared a long hug, and his mother packed him some homemade cookies for the road. Drive safely, she said, waving as he pulled out of the driveway. On his way back, Mark felt a renewed sense of purpose. He realized that success wasn't just about climbing the corporate ladder or earning more money. It was about the relationships he nurtured and the love he shared with those who mattered most. Back in the city, Mark made a conscious effort to balance his work and personal life. He started calling his mother more often, and they planned regular visits. He also made time for his friends, organizing get-togethers and reconnecting with people he had lost touch with over the years. Mark's colleagues noticed a positive change in him. He was more relaxed, approachable, and happier. His work performance improved, and he found himself more motivated and creative. The simple act of spending quality time with his loved ones had a profound impact on every aspect of his life. One evening, a year after his impromptu trip to see his mother, Mark received a phone call from the young girl he had helped at the flower shop. She wanted to thank him for his kindness and share some good news. Her aunt had taken her in, and she was doing well in school. She had even joined the local community center's art program, something her mother had always encouraged her to do. Hearing her story brought tears to Mark's eyes. He realized that small acts of kindness could have a ripple effect, touching lives in ways he could never have imagined. It reinforced his belief in the importance of compassion, empathy, and making time for others. As the years went by, Mark continued to cherish the lessons he had learned. He became a mentor to young professionals, sharing his experiences and encouraging them to find a balance between work and personal life. He volunteered at community centers, giving back to the society that had shaped him. Mark's mother grew older, and their bond grew even stronger. He made sure to visit her often, cherishing every moment they spent together. They continued their tradition of cooking dinner, looking through old photo albums and sharing stories late into the night. One day, as they sat on the porch watching the sunset, Mark's mother turned to him and said, "You've become the man I always knew you could be. I'm so proud of you, Mark." Mark smiled, his heart swelling with gratitude. "I couldn't have done it without you, Mom. Thank you for everything." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the garden, Mark realized that the true measure of success was not in material wealth or professional achievements. It was in the love, kindness, and connections he had nurtured along the way. And so, Mark continued to live his life with a renewed sense of purpose, always making time for the people he loved and spreading kindness wherever he went. He knew that the memories he created and the relationships he cherished would be his lasting legacy, a testament to the power of love and the importance of living life to the fullest. This expanded story provides more depth to Mark's journey of rediscovering the importance of family, love, and meaningful connections. Morals. 1. Cherish loved ones. Life is unpredictable and short. Spend quality time with the people you love and show them how much they mean to you. 2. Small acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can have a profound impact on someone's life. Helping others not only brings them joy, but also enriches your own life. 3. Empathy and compassion. Understanding and sharing the feelings of others can lead to deeper connections and more meaningful relationships. Here are some vocabulary words that you might find useful. 1. Benevolent. Kind and generous. 2. Resilient. Able to recover quickly from difficulties. 3. Intricate. Complex and detailed. 4. Serene. Calm and peaceful. 5. Enigmatic, mysterious and difficult to understand. 6. Profound, having deep meaning or significance. 7. Innovative, introducing new ideas, original and creative. 8. Empathy, understanding and sharing the feelings of others. 9. Endurance, the ability to withstand hardship or adversity. 10. Sovereign, possessing supreme or ultimate power. Advice for viewers. Take a moment to appreciate the people you love. Life is fleeting, and spending quality time with family and friends is invaluable. Small acts of kindness can make a big difference in someone's life. Remember to show compassion and empathy, as these values enrich our lives and strengthen our connections with others. Thank you for watching and listening. Your support is truly appreciated. I hope you enjoy the content, and I look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Your feedback and encouragement motivate me to keep improving and creating.